Oh shit!
Yo,
Hello,
yo.
hello.
All good? We all here?
I can hear you.
I can hear you too. I can't
Mhm.
see you.
Say that again.
I can hear you too. I can't see you. I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's all good. That's how it's meant to be. That's the new wave is starting with just the audio.
Sure thing.
I like it.
Yeah, definitely. I
Hello,
can't believe
YouTube.
how.
How you doing?
Say that again.
I said hi, YouTube. How you doing?
No, mate, what the fuck? I can't believe it. My fucking connection, mate. What is going on?
Mm,
Literally, could not do more to try and get it sorted. Like last night, it was just lovely. I think genuinely, it was just more interested with who do we have on last night? Pamphlet and Crow. I think it was just
yeah, that was a good stream. I watched it late. Wow.
you checked the whole thing.
Yeah.
What did you think about the upcoming battle with them two?
I think it's going to be interesting because they've got quite different styles. But I think Greg might take it, because from what I've heard of him, what I've seen of his actual battle, he knows what he's doing.
Have you heard any of his bars at all or anything?
No, he hasn't shown me that yet.
No.
He's going to show me some of his tidal ones, but
What was he going to show you? Like, this is how you should handle a battle with Tidal.
yeah. Pretty much. He told me he's going to turn up in a hazmat suit.
He should do that, definitely, bro.
I know, man. I don't think he's willing to do it. It's going to be boiling, but it'll be fucking
yeah,
fun.
that's true. Actually, that would be a bit wild. Still, like battle rap events. It's like, have you been to any battle rap events indoors yet? Like actual, like not. I don't mean like the private one. I mean like, I'm loading this in now.
Hey.
I mean, have you been to any that are do you know what I mean? Like actual events. Have you been to any with crowds? Nah, they're sweaty as hell.
I bet I can't fucking wait to get it out on camera.
Yeah, I'm not.
120 people crowded around fiddlers.
I'm not. That's one thing I'm definitely not looking forward to. Is is the sweat. The sweat is. That is a lot. That's one. Do you know what? Battle rap trivia. That's the first thing that me and Bagnall bonded over.
What sweat?
Was sweat. Hand on heart. Hand on heart.
Hell, man.
That's the first thing me and Bagnall bonded over when we met. I was just like talking to him one day, and I was like, "Bro, you just like sweating all the time as well." I was like, mate, how the fuck are these people in our events with hoodies and jackets on? He was like, like he always used to wear a vest to the event. That's why. Yeah. I was like, bro, if I could pull off wearing a vest, I would as well, mate.
Yeah, like, tank tops and that.
Yeah, we used to look at people in the crowd and they'd be there in like parkas and shit, and we'd be like,
man.
Are you at the same event we're at, bro?
Yeah, like the full roadman puff jackets with the messenger bag and everything. Like, bro, you're hot as fuck. Get wear a t-shirt.
I hate that, bro. Absolutely hate that. I hate that fashion thing. I keep seeing. I think I put it on Facebook today. I keep seeing people bike past my house. Like, I feel like such an old man now, but I keep seeing like 14-year-olds bike past my house in full Canada Goose, and I'm like, what? I'm like, I feel like such an old man because I'm just like, I look at them, I'm like, what are you doing, bro? Like, 10 years ago, I wouldn't wanted to be them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
trust me.
Melting, bro.
Yeah, trust me. What's Bristol saying at the moment, anyway?
It's fucking hot, mate. I'm not gonna lie. I can't even fucking sleep at normal times at the moment. I'm all over the shop.
Damn, we've only been on for 5 minutes. We've already got comments saying I missed the old days.
Yeah, mate, I was waiting for it. I thought it would have been the first comment, to be fair. Big up Dean Lockett.
Yeah, every stream we do, someone's like, I hope you lot bring it back, man. Like, I know it's a compliment, but it's like a slightly backhanded compliment.
I saw yesterday the only battles that could save Don't Flop are Luna and Shotty or Mickey and her. I was like, fuck off.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Luna and Shotty, and I understand Luna and Shotty for sure. I mean, that's a crazy battle for any league. But me versus Mickey, that's not a good battle. Like, like literally, I'm not even joking. Like, who wants to fucking see that battle? Like, does anyone actually care? Like, me versus fucking Mickey? Like,
no disrespect, I think Mickey would get battered, to be fair, but
I just not. Because these guys were born the year DM.
Yeah.
Formi, what are you? 25, 26?
Yeah, 25.
And Reeverse, how old are you, bro?
I'm 20.
20. Oh my god, Jesus!
Young.
Yeah, I literally know absolutely nothing about you, bro. 20. Jesus.
That's what we're here for.
Yeah,
Fucking hell. Battle rap when I was 20, mate, was fucking rapping in Brighton at the beach and shit. Like.
How old were you when you first went over to King of the Dot? Because I was watching, I think I saw your battle with Kid Twist, and like you were young there, man.
21.
Fucking hell.
Shit, man. Someone says, I reckon Mickey would be. Maybe he would. I'm not bothered enough about battle rap to have that comment bother me anymore. Maybe he would. All I know is if I did battle Mickey, he'd take it like the fucking battle of his life. So Reeverse, you're 20 and Formi, what you 20? You say 25 or 26?
25, bro.
You're 25. Shit, man. I'm so much older than both of you. This is crazy. I feel like I gotta have some knowledge to impart onto you. I feel like Formi, to be fair, now I have since I met you, I've tried to impart knowledge. I've been like a hard stepdad on you, innit? Like since
what with a belt, mate?
I've had the metaphorical belt to your neck.
I wouldn't say advice. I'd say absolute grilling all the time.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's my way of trying to push people forward.
That's how you raise people in battle rap, innit?
I don't know what it was. As soon as you came onto my radar, I'm just gonna grill this guy 20. I have no idea why. Absolutely no idea why, but I was like, no, I'm just going to grill this guy 24/7. I'm going to make him the ultimate battle rapper. Not going to lie, I've kind of failed so far because you haven't had the best journey in the last year.
Mate, I'm not even going to get into it too much, but
yeah, man. So Reeverse, so you're 20. When did you start watching battle rap, bro? Because obviously people watching this know as little about you as what I do, man. So that's kind of, I feel like Vlad TV. Let's start from the beginning. Like, I've always wanted to say that. Like, what? So yeah, start from the beginning. When did you get into battle rap, bro?
I mean, I probably watched my first battle like 6 or 7 years ago, but like that's when I was like first introduced to it.
So a while ago, though, still.
Yeah, but I would say I didn't like properly get into it for a few years after that. You know, it was just like occasionally watching it when it popped up in YouTube or whatever. But probably for 3 or 4 years, maybe I've been watching battle rap pretty intently.
Right. So why now? Why choose to get into it now?
Well, it was more the opportunity sort of, being given to me rather than me sort of pushing for it, if you know what I mean.
Okay.
And just wanted to take it, of course, naturally.
Definitely. So Formi, obviously, when we last come on here, it kind of ties in with what I think that's shout out definitely, man. You've been coming to all the events recently. It's good to see you on the stream as well. It says I'm recommend one of your own battles. So yeah, I was gonna say, so Formi, since we did try to do the stream before and it flopped, you'd had a couple then. Now have you had one more since then?
I had the title one, which is Zombie, and I've had obviously the last man standing battles, but the only other one I've done since then is the Beast Anglia one.
That's what I'm saying. So you have had one since we last came on.
Yeah. And
so what who did you clash and what was it saying?
It was Coolsey. It's a kiddie who's in TLO with Georgie.
Right.
He's a sound guy, but I did not prep well.
By Reeverse's face, I feel like he already knows what happened in your battle the other day.
I think everyone does. I think I put it on Instagram.
What
I don't know if you're stalking me or not.
Well, yeah, because I it's funny when I saw you on the flyer. This is the funniest thing. I saw you on the flyer for that card.
Yeah, I didn't tell you for obvious reasons.
And then I checked your Instagram story. I was like, I left it. It's so funny. I left it a few hours, and I was like, right, I don't really know anyone else that's clashing there. Like, really. I bet Formi's going to do some updates. So just out of interest, I'm just going to watch his story, see if there's any updates. And then by the time I clicked on it, you'd posted a story that said something like, battle rappers, make sure you prepare. And I was like, oh, man.
Yeah,
you already had your clash by the time. I was expecting there was going to be like you lot in the park and shit, having fun. And you were just like, but so what happened in your clash? What was this? Was this literally Saturday just gone?
Yeah. I think,
okay.
Yeah.
Tell us about the battle, like, because that's obviously your most recent one.
I turned up sweaty as fuck.
There you go, my guy.
Bad, bro. I was like, I think I'd been up like right in the bulk of my battle the night before, like 3 in the morning because I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
And I've learned my lesson on that. But yeah, I turned up to Victoria and I had to navigate my whole way. Like you saw the one about the coach being late and grilled me for that.
Yeah.
So my coach was late. I had to navigate to Alexandra Palace, like running about trying to find him. Turned up sweaty as fuck. I got in the battle and I got a few bars off and I just started like fucking forgetting shit. And I was like, oh, don't do this. And I did it. But it's a learning curve, man. Like it's the first acapella one-on-one thing I've done, and that's definitely kicked me into gear to like I've been writing flat out since then.
So why did you take, when you've obviously had this, I'm not even trying to like grill you, but I mean, when you know you had this clash coming up in August, did you take that one as like target practice, or do you think, or was it just you took it for the sake of it, or what was the reason?
Yeah, just for the sake of it, man. I had plenty of time to write as well. It was like, it's my fault I didn't prep properly, but it was I had plenty of time to do both. It's not like it would have got in the way. But
so what's it taught you then? Obviously you had a poor showing. What's it taught you?
Just fucking be prepared, man. Be ready, innit? Because I just sort of like overestimated my own short-term memory, I guess. And it's different standing in someone's face compared to like doing it at home. Because at home I was reeling them off easy. And then
hey, bro, that's something other people don't understand. Is that you can have them if you rehearse your shit 10 times, that's enough to have it locked at home. But in my personal opinion, rehearsing your shit 10 times is not enough to have it locked when there's a crowd. No. You can rehearse something twice at home and have it locked. Yeah. But to have it locked enough to perform, gotta go at least another 10, 20 times. Well, and I'm being generous. I mean, that's the very bottom end of the amount I would say you have to rehearse. You know what I mean? For
sure, man. And like
how much do you reckon you went over your shit at home?
Like enough, man, and like all the way down there as well.
Right.
But yeah.
Do you feel like the journey getting fucked up and that just kind of threw you off?
Just all of it, man. Just like not sleeping enough, not prepping enough. Fucking stress of like being late nearly and shit. So, but there's no excuses. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, it's this fault or this fault. It's me.
Yeah, end of the day, innit? Realistically, end of the day, you should have had your shit locked.
I'm not an idiot. Yeah,
you should have had it locked regardless of what was going on with your train journey or this.
Yeah,
how did the guy you clashed come to you?
He was good, man. He was like way better than anything I'd seen of him. Like, so he'd stepped up. I think he was expecting me to be better on the day, and I think if I'd have practiced more, it would have been really.
Well, you were better than him. I've seen when he clashed. I think I've seen a clip of him. To be fair, I haven't seen the full battle of his, but I've seen a clip of him, Mikey or something. And I think you were a better rapper than that guy, bro. Like you should have bullied him, served him, man. Like it's bad, but like what Canel just commented, bro. Shout out Canel, by the way. But what he just commented, it is much better it happened there than it happened on the big stage. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I told Nick and you that it was deliberate sabotage because I'm
there. Shout out his comment. It looks like he's balancing a tiny teapot.
Oh, you?
Shout out you. That's a joke. I can't see it like anything else now. I can't stop seeing it. What the fuck? So yeah, so Reeverse, obviously, Formi's had like 3 clashes now, bro. But Reeverse, obviously, a lot of people have been saying to me like, who is he? Why is he on the card? So yeah, so going back to that, what is your story? You've never had a filmed battle. Now, have you had any battles like not filmed, like battles where you've done it in the park or at school? Have you had any clashes at all, or is this literally your first one?
No, this is literally it, man. This is debut, ground zero.
So no, literally no like freestyle mess abouts. Do you have other friends that rap?
I mean, like, maybe at school, like a little bit back and forth, but nothing sort of anywhere near this kind of stage.
So what's your story then? How have we ended up booking you for the class so everybody can understand? What's your story from watching battle rap for a few years to ending up on the card now? How has it worked?
Yeah, so a couple years ago, I think Shuffle T does those like rhyming challenges on his social media. I responded to a couple of them and got talking to him essentially. And like we weren't close, but we'd message a little bit. And then after a little while, he asked me to like send him some of my stuff, like some stuff I'd recorded or written or whatever. We got talking, and he said, I think you could do a battle maybe. So he suggested that I write a battle type verse, if you like essentially write a round, which I did. He liked it and sent it to Danny Jack. And I mean, what happened after that, I don't know. I just got a message from him saying, yeah, you're booked for the battle.
So were you expecting, were you like thinking, oh, I could get on this event, or were you more just thinking like, I'd like to clash on Don't Flop at some point?
Yeah, it was more the latter, to be honest. But like, I mean, I wasn't like with talking to Shuffle. Like, I wasn't imagining that that would result in a battle at all, to be honest. Like, we were more just talking about writing and rapping and, you know, like improving essentially. So it all sort of came out of the blue. And when the opportunity arose, I took it.
So would you consider Shuffle, would you go as far as saying he's like your coach? Has he coached you, or?
No, I wouldn't say that. Like,
what is your relationship with him? Because obviously he's come to me and he's just kind of out. He's never, I think I said this on the last stream, like, Shuffle in all the time I've known him has never, apart from Marlo, Shuffle's never put forward anyone to me. Shuffle was the one that brought Marlo in and said, I got this mate, he's pretty decent, whatever. But I think since Marlo, which is obviously years ago, I think you're the first person he's...
Oh, man.
Yeah, as far as I know, I think you're the first person that he's vouched for and said, I think this guy could be good. So obviously that's why we got in touch with you, because I'm like, well, if Shuffle says this guy's got potential, there's not too many, you know, many more higher opinions I respect than his when it comes to who's good. So were you, when you were sending his stuff to him and talking with him, was he the one that started the conversation saying, I think you could actually be good? Or did you say to him, do you think I've got enough potential to battle? Which way did it go?
Well, so the stuff I was sending him and the stuff I was writing, you know, obviously wasn't battle stuff, but it's sort of written in a battle type format, if you know what I mean. Like, obviously multis, punchlines, etc. And he said, you know, have you ever thought about doing a battle? And I said, you know, I might have thought about it in the shower, but never.
The classic shower classic, man.
Oh, you've always got the best rebuttals in the shower.
Yeah, 100%.
But yeah,
best bars ever. You can clash God in the shower, and you suddenly the bars just come from somewhere, man. So he said to you, I think you could be all right at this.
Yeah, well, he said just sort of think about it. He basically said, would you want to, firstly? Because, you know, we'd spoken about my writing, and he said, would you like the idea? And I said, you know, I'd be more than happy to. I'd like to. And after that, it became a conversation of like, all right, well, why don't you go away and see if you can write something battling? And I didn't know that he was going to send that to anyone at the time.
Oh, did you not? Oh, okay. I thought you'd done that to show us. I didn't realize.
No, so that was written before, just as like, okay, and see if you're any good at it. And then I reckon it would have been a few weeks, maybe a month after I'd like recorded that and sent it to him. He said, like, you know, do you want me to send this off? Like, I might send this to Danny Jack. He said he mentioned me to him, saying there's this guy who could do a battle, and I said, yeah, like, feel free, yeah, please do. And then,
that's dope. Well, I think the thing with Shuffle is Shuffle's a realist. Shuffle's not, in all the time I've known him, he's not someone who just gasses people. So he hasn't come to Danny and I and said, I've just found the next top. Do you know what I mean? He hasn't said that.
Yeah.
You know, Shuffle's just come on a real level and said, I think I've found somebody that has potential. And that's, I feel like, just hearing the way you talk about it now, I feel like you sound like you got your head quite screwed on, that you're not in this mentality, which a lot of tryouts do come in, and they come in and from day one, they start bopping about like they own the place. Do you know what I mean? I'm getting the vibe from you that you seem to have that same mentality of like, you definitely seem like you believe in yourself because you wouldn't do it. But it feels like you understand that battle rap nowadays is not a thing where you can't be a star of one battle anymore. That's not a thing. Sure, back in the day, definitely you could be a star of one battle, and multiple people proved it. Right now, we spoke about this a lot last night on the stream. You got to put in work now. To make a name now, you got to have 3, 4, 5 really solid showings before people start respecting you and fucking with you. Now it's a lot harder. So say this one with Formi goes well. Have you already thought about in your head, like, okay, well, I'd like to become a battle rapper, or is it more like an experiment? Like, which one is it more for you right now?
I mean, it might be a cop-out answer, but it's a bit of both. Like,
no, fair enough, man.
You know, like, I'm obviously hoping it goes well. I'm preparing. I'm confident. Obviously, you know, anything can happen on the day. Touch wood, but you know, if it's more like if I enjoy the experience and if I, you know, seem to do well in it, and if people seem to react to what I'm saying, is probably the main thing I'll gauge it by. If people respond to me, then yeah, I'll definitely do another battle.
Cool.
But you know, it's not something I'm thinking about now. I'm just thinking about the next hurdle.
So Formi, with everything you just said, like what image have you managed to build of Reeverse when you're prepping and that? Do you know what I mean? Because you have literally had to go off one video and a WhatsApp conversation. So it's how have you managed to? I mean, firstly, how far written are you at the moment? And in general,
like
how's
a
it
round
been?
and a half, but I'm probably going to switch it out, man. Like,
how are you finding it when you're sitting down trying to write bars for someone that literally has zero footage online? Because I think you're the first person that's had to do this in a long time, as far as I can remember.
It's become more about just digging in other places rather than looking at battles, like just scouring everywhere and trying to find any sort of like online content I can, which I have done.
Okay, that's the exclusive. So you've seen more of Reeverse than just the one video.
Not really seen, like read.
Right.
But no,
bad reviews at school and shit.
Yeah, nah. The LinkedIn's, nah. It's gonna have to be like, I think a lot of my stuff's gonna get swapped out. I've just tried to write as much as I possibly can for now, but I'm guaranteeing a lot better stuff is gonna come once I get more in the swing of it.
Definitely.
I'm happy to swap shit out if it's better. But yeah, it's more just trying to, I don't know, because no one else knows you either. So without like completely lying, just molding this existence of you, innit?
That could work in your favor. The fact that you can basically in this battle
tell people who he is.
You can. That's it. You can create the narrative as much as whatever. It's almost like whatever Formi says goes in this. Because there's nothing anybody has to go off at all. Do you know what I mean? So then Reeverse, you've got not that much, but in comparison, you've got a tiny bit more on Formi to go off. So first question, how much have you written so far? And second question, just how have you found it in general, actually writing for an opponent, not just a thing to send shuffle?
Yeah, man. I mean, I've written way more than I needed to, and I'm like in the.
Formi's a dissable guy. Formi's a very.
Yeah, I'm not even going to argue with that.
I mean, you better have a whole round on Martin Clunes. That's all I'm saying.
So yeah, no, it's at the minute it's more just like picking the best stuff, structuring it, ordering it. You know, probably the more boring part of the process, to be honest.
Yeah.
What was the second part of the question? Sorry.
So I was saying, so you've got, how much do you think you have written? You said you've got too much. And I was saying this in general, how have you found it writing for Formi? Because you've had a little bit more to go off. But really, Formi's still relatively new. Like he's had what, 2 Don't Flop battles, 1 that's online. He's had this other one that's obviously just the other day. It's not online. So with the tiny bit you've had to go on, it's your first ever opponent. What's it been like writing for an opponent? Is it how you thought it was going to be? Has it been easier, harder, fun, not fun? Like, how's it been?
Well, it's definitely been fun. It's definitely been enjoyable. You know, like ultimately, I think all battle rappers are the same. Like you do it because you like writing and you enjoy rapping. And so I've enjoyed it 100%. In terms of like talking about like how much he has online, etc. I've obviously watched all of his battles that I can find online, and you know, social media and all of that. But like you say, Formi's still relatively unknown as well, like both of us compared to the other names on the card. So if I come out like referencing specific lines from specific battles, it'll probably go over people's heads.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's not the one. Like, not the one, man. Not the one.
Yeah. So although Formi's like clearly got less to go off with me, in a way the approach might be quite similar in that both of us are kind of picking like the low-hanging fruit that people in the room can catch.
Yeah, for sure.
It needs to be like immediately digestible, doesn't it? That's the thing.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
When you're going to be the first battle of the day. Obviously, it's going to be the first battle of the day on the first Don't Flop battle back with the crowd.
Bags under my eyes.
Do you know what I mean? There's a lot of demand. Do you know what I mean? And there is a lot of I mean, there's pressure on me hosting. There's pressure on people filming it. There's pressure on everybody there to kick the day off properly. Like we were just chatting with Pam and Crow last night, and Pam was saying how like no one ever wants to battle first, but the fact is somebody has to at every single event. Someone has to go first. You know what I mean? But I mean, with that, I feel like for me, on the rap sense as well, you've had a couple of classes, but obviously you have done like shows and stuff as well. So I feel like performing to you is not going to be as alien as it is to Reeverse. But so I feel like you maybe will understand the performance aspect of it more. But Reeverse, have you, when you've been rehearsing what you've got so far, have you been focusing on the performance yet, or will that come at the end when you've got the rounds locked in?
You know what? I think I'm fortunate in that, like, I've got quite a good memory for lyrics, in that, like, I'm not stuttering on to getting onto the next word, which allows me to focus on the performance a bit more, probably. So yeah, I'm definitely thinking about, you know, delivery, timing, all of that.
Well, because it's so important, especially in your position where either of you could come out the battle, or sorry, both of you can come out that battle getting a lot of props. Do you know what I mean? It's not a long battle. This is a thing I think, talking to let the viewers know, the battle is it's only 2 rounds, right?
Yeah.
So, like most tryouts are. So we kept it on a tryout flex, even though Formi's tried out. I felt like it was sensible to keep it on that super short vibe. Because obviously we haven't got too.
I want it too long.
But yeah, bro, I mean, this, you know, no offense, but this is based on past experiences where every tryout used to be 3 rounds, 90 seconds. This, that. People will come and they'll both start choking in the first round, and you can't just stop the battle. Do you know what I mean? If it's not a Danny Jack tryout in the park, you can't just stop it. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, that's why we decided to keep it to. It's funny one, because obviously most people are looking for the 3 rounds, but I think it will probably actually be a lot of people in the rooms first time ever actually seeing like a tryout battle live. So I think it's kind of 50-50 as far as I see it. Like, some of the fans who are in the room, if we're being point blank straight, won't care about it, and you'll have to work very hard to make them care. Some of the fans though in the room will be really, really interested in it, because they won't really know who either of you are, and they'll be like, it's my first event back in 18 months. I'm watching every fucking battle. No battle is a smoke break. Do you know what I mean? I'm here. That's how I personally think it's going to go. That it's going to be every single battler on the day is going to get shown love. But there is a lot of pressure on you both, because, like I said, you could step out the battle and everyone could be like, wow, you did the hardest battle of the day, first battle, you killed it. Or you could step out and it could be a load of awkward pats on the back from your mate. Oh, you don't even worry about it, bro. You did the thing, man. Don't watch it.
It happens to everyone, man. Don't worry.
For me, you never officially fucked up on Don't Flop. Obviously, if you fuck up on Don't Flop on your third Don't Flop, I'll have to probably block you, bro. Do you know what I mean?
I definitely have. I fucked up on Beat Fire.
That's what I'm saying. But you still got most of your shit out. And the third round was crazy. If anyone hasn't seen it, watch Tidal versus Formi on Don't Flop. The third round is dope. They both
man.
Yeah, that was a solid battle, and a lot of the judges say Formi would have won if he didn't spend half the battle.
Do you know why that happened? Do you know why that back and forth kept happening? Because I'd gone, I think, second both rounds. So I was used to the battle finishing on my one, and then I think I went first on the third round. So I finished my second one, and then he went again, and I was in the mindset of like, I finished. So I was like, oh fuck, I've got to do another one. So I just like carried on, and then he came back, and I think never stopped.
I think both of you thought you'd written too less or something, or like not enough or whatever. I
think freaked out, and it just kept happening.
But it actually ended. But it actually ended up sick. Like, it actually ended up fucking sick, man. Like that third round was probably the hardest round of the fucking battle, because you're just rapping. You're both showing that you can spit. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, what are we gonna see? Obviously, with you coming into this clash, what's the improvement going to be? If we take memorization out of it, what's the improvement going to be with this being your third battle on Don't Flop?
Commanding the crowd, man. Like you said, it's going to be a lot of people in there that just don't know you and don't really care. You've got to fucking command the attention of the crowd.
Yeah.
And I think I can pull it off. I can do the confident thing. Like, I'm not confident, like, as a person, but I can fucking feign it like a dream. So I think that's what it's going to be. And just timing, like Reeverse said, timing can be fucking make or break in a battle completely. Just if you get the timing and like the pauses wrong in between shit, it can either make you a win or a fuck up. So you really need to gauge what's like. Don't plan for reactions, because I
took the words right out, but that was literally what I was about to say.
Yeah, I know. I heard Pam chatting about that yesterday, but then
don't plan for reactions.
You need to know that if you do get a reaction, don't just keep going. Let people fucking go, and then. You're
right, actually. That's another thing as well. That's another thing, is if you do get the reaction, don't get so gassed that you just carry on spitting. Let it marinate for a minute, for sure, for sure. So Reeverse, when you're preparing outside of the writing, what kind of battlers have you been watching to kind of not emulate, that's the wrong word, but to inspire you? I'm going to assume Shuffle is one of them, but past Shuffle, what kind of battlers have you been looking at, like, that's the kind of performance I want to give?
Well, yeah, I mean, like, Shuffle's definitely someone I admire in terms of his writing, and also in terms of sort of creating a character that's almost unbeatable, if you know what I mean. That being said, like, I don't think my approach is similar to his at all in terms of how we write, and I think he probably agreed. It's strange because, like, some of my favorite battlers, I don't think I could pull off a style similar to theirs, and I wouldn't want to because it would be
but that's a good realization to have, that you're not going to come in as a carbon copy of, you know, whoever. That happens quite a lot.
100%. Like, for example, Tony D is obviously, you know, one of the all-time greats. Like, I can't expect to come in and spit like Tony D and have the respect that Tony D has, or the presence or the control or anything like that. So it's more just knowing my strengths, focusing on my strengths, and making sure I can get the most out of that, if you know what I mean, rather than...
So what do you have in mind already at this stage of the rehearsal? Do you have in mind what your strengths are so far, and maybe where you need to do some work?
Yeah, I'd say so, yeah.
But you don't want to give it away?
No,
of course not.
Fair enough. What about you, Formi? Like, have you, even just from the little you've seen of him, have you got any idea of, like, that's where I can attack him, that's where I can't attack him, that's where he might beat me, blah blah? Or do you really not feel like you know enough?
I feel like I can like gauge enough, like, because obviously I've seen that video, the Katie Hopkins thing, and like I can tell you can write, you know, I know how you know how to structure shit, and like you understand. The something I struggled with a little bit was like the Maltese thing. You don't just like put random words in; they have to be relevant. I'm guessing that's something you and
well, we spoke about this, didn't we? We spoke about this before, like exactly that. Like, it's the multi thing, the stacking multis. It's one of them ones where it looks a lot easier, to do it effectively. If you, not to keep referencing Shuffle, but like just because he is relevant to this. If you watch someone like Shuffle and Marlowe, they make it look like you just write whatever rhymes in a crowd pot, but it's not. It's so much more intricate. And I think that's what I said to you for a minute when you sent me something. I said to you, I was like, bro, this is sick. Just have a little bit more thinking before it's release worthy, whatever it was, or say it's a battle verse or whatever. Go over it that 2-3 more times and be like, does this rhyme add anything to it, or is it just because it fucking rhymes? And that's a common mistake people make, is that you watch someone like the Saurus Immaculate, where the rhymes are pristine. That's not random. They haven't just written that, and it hasn't just come out naturally. They've put in effort to be like...
When they have to relate to the fucking scheme, because you can make the
related to the person. So,
but if it's not relevant to the scheme, then just bin it. I can sit for like an hour and like just leave it and be like, it will come to me in a bit. It's what you sent me before, I think. Like for the verse you sent me, and you said you just had a gap there for fucking a few days while you were trying to think of it, and then once it come to you, just fill in the blanks, innit?
Because you got to believe in yourself. I think this is you can tell. Obviously, everybody prepares in different ways, and I'd like to know how you two kind of prepare from a blank page. Because me personally, I've never been somebody to sit and write. Like if I was battling you, I wouldn't go, all right, from 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. tonight, we're writing. Because I've tried to do it, it's not me. But so that's why I've tried to tell people. When you can tell in certain people's bars, that's how they've done it. They've just done it. They've sat down, they've scribbled. And you can hear, that's why some of the multis are weak and some of the punches don't hit. Like certain people had they've gone on to have good battles, but if you watch some of their first battles, the writing is actually very weak because there's no focus on like, is this a room shaker punchline or does it just rhyme with what I'm trying to do? So that's, it's exactly. So leave it. I'm more than happy to leave a gap, as you said, for days, and believe in myself that's it'll come. And if it doesn't come, switch the scheme. If it ends up 3 bars, I can't get it 4th. Fuck the scheme off. Let's remix and do something else. You know what I mean? So do you feel like with your writing you've done for this battle and the ones you will do, that's more of a focus than your writing before? Like now it's about keeping the rhymes relevant. Yeah,
absolutely, man. And it's like you said, I can't just sit and write and spew out something good. Like the inspiration has to hit a little bit. But when it does, you got to know when to just fucking go with it. And like I think one thing you said to me before was, well, a couple times maybe, was about punchlines being in the right place, obviously. And it seems so obvious now that you said it, but you were pointing things out and being like, that's on like the third bar, and that was the hardest fucking bit in it. So you don't want that in the middle. You want.
And I think that's a result of writing as you go along, because when you write
stream of consciousness shit, man, it's really
a sick bar can come to you when you write stream of consciousness. A sick bar can just pop up, but then what it is, it's about coming back to that bar and being like, oh, that's sick. Actually, let's not have that as the second. Let's move that to the eighth. And a lot of people, and I think you have been guilty of this in the past, that your writing has been like, whatever sounds good, I put it in, but there's no focus on like, if I'm at the fiddler's elbow live, that's my best bar in the scheme. That's got to be at the end. Fuck putting that at the beginning. Let them wait for it and then drop it on them. You know what I mean? So yeah, with Reeverse, I think. I can't stop focusing on the point that it's your first ever battle, because I can say these little things to Formi. Because although Formi's had minimal performances, he's had some. But for you, I don't think there's any prepping anyone could give you that would really prep you for what it's like on a day.
But
I could tell you a million things, and it would never fully get you ready for when you walk in the door. And
I'm still not ready for Fiddler's Elbow, man. Like the fucking Beast Anglia one was just in a field, man. It's going to be mad. I'm just getting some water, so
all good, bro. So yeah, are you in general? Are you a nervous person? Like, do you feel nervous about this, or is it just like a standard level of nerves that anybody would feel, or where are you at right now?
I mean, I think there's naturally, some nerves that come with it.
Of course.
That being said, I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. I think often a little bit of anxiety can probably give you an edge in the moment. You know what I mean? You feel you got to get it out of your system. But I in terms of nerves, I think I've just got to know, I've had a long time to prepare for this, bear in mind.
Yeah, for sure.
I got to just make sure what I produce is the best that I can do at the moment, at this stage of my development, and have confidence in whatever that is when I go there, and trust it's going to be better than what Formi brings. Not saying it will, but that's what I need to.
That's the mindset you need to be in.
Yeah, it is. I was gonna say it is the mindset. You definitely got to believe that your shit's gonna be harder than Formi's, and Formi's got to believe that his shit's gonna be harder than yours. Do you know what I mean? That's how.
And you're not confident of that. You're gonna be fucking thinking about that the whole battle.
Because it's a funny one with battle rap, because you have this is an annoying thing when it happens. But sometimes you do have a situation where someone's actual first battle ends up better than their second or third one, and that's what nobody wants. Do you know what I mean? But sometimes absolutely, they come through to an event with a crowd, with this, with that, and you're like, you probably think they're going to be a bit whack. They actually kill it, but then you kind of realize in the next couple battles, that was kind of pot luck actually. Like, it sounds mad offensive, but it's just the truth. Sometimes you look and you're like, you just got, or maybe even someone gave you some really good bars your first battle, because I've given you two more. I've given you two more. And it's not, there's been no elevation, and there's been no improvement every time. You know what I mean? So when we look into the future with you, Reeverse, it's like, you've got to look at this and be like, you want to set the bar, but you don't want it to be a thing where you put so much effort into this one, and then we do book you again, and then you're like, oh, I'm a battle rapper now, it's cool, and then you come to the second one, because that's what happens. You come to the second one, and then the crowd like, yo, I saw him at next in line, he was sick. What happened to him? He's shit. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, not to be harsh, but that's that's the truth, bro. Do you know what I mean?
Rap fans are harsh, bro.
Exactly, and there's no other way I can say it really. That you just there's. I can coach people. I've given people advice. I can tell you things to do, to not do, whatever. But there's some things that can't be put into words, and I'm not overstating it. I'm not over exaggerating it. When it comes to battle rap events and just performing in general, I guess. But obviously, what we know is battle rap. Like, when it comes to performing, there is certain things you just cannot understand until you've done it. And that's why I've been a big thing of, like, I know not everybody shares my opinion at all, and that's completely fine. It's going to hurt some feelings. But that's why I've always been a big person saying, I'm not sure why people who've never battled get to judge battles for money and decide who wins $50,000, even £100, £200. And that always offends people when I say that. But that the reason I say this is off this one point I'm making, that until you have done even one rap battle in a venue, not with your mates in your bedroom, until you and this is not just about it has to be Don't Flop. I'm saying any decent league. Until you've done a battle, you don't know what battle rap is. You think you know what it is, but you don't.
I hear that. I do disagree slightly because I think like a listener and still understand it if you're like a rap fan or whatever.
You can understand it. You can understand what they're doing.
Yeah.
You're right. You can understand what we talked about, stacking multis, punchlines. This, I get that. You can understand that as a rap fan. You're right. But I'm saying when it gets to judging who performed better, who handled the crowd better,
it should be judged by battle rappers. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just saying when it comes to things that matter, I could sit here and say to Reeverse, like I said, make sure you do this, rehearse your shit, whatever. But that moment when you walk in the venue, it sounds like some corny intro scene to a film, but it's the truth. When you walk in the venue, it is a different kettle of fish. And the same to you, Formi. Like you've battled in an empty room for Don't Flop, and you've battled in Birmingham on the street for Don't Flop. You haven't battled in a venue. Like the shit is hard. Like there is no denying it. This is a hard thing, and that's why battle rappers will always have my respect because it is
especially when you don't know anyone, bro. Like if you've been to events before and you've met people, I think you've got a bit of an advantage because you're comfortable. But say when I went down to London for that Beast Anglia thing, I'd seen people like Tech and Whitey and all these online, but then you walk into a crowd of these people that you've never met and you've got to fucking stand up and just do your shit, and it's like, oh fuck, like I'm gonna get grilled to shit if I fucked it up.
Do you know what though? But I think next in line will be a level playing field for you both because obviously I see the tickets come in on my phone and whatever as they get bought, and from just doing events, I kind of know like who's friend and who brings who and whatever. To be honest, 90% of the names I don't recognize at all.
Nice.
So I know exactly what you mean. That some events it's a bit of a family affair, and if you're kind of not part of the clique, I get that. I've never liked that, but you are right. That is the case. But I can say honestly, at Next in Line, I think most people coming to Next in Line are just fans who don't know anybody, and they're just coming to watch battles because they're desperate to see some. And that goes back to my original point that I think both of you being unknown could be in your favor because the fans are just going to be so fucking hungry to see bars and to see performances. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, so have you been trying to mentally prepare yourself for the fact you're actually doing a battle yet, Reeverse, or is it just at the moment still like let's get these bars locked and then let's deal with the, do you know what I mean? Or is it a simultaneous thing?
Well, I think when I was first told that I was booked for the event, that was a bit of a like, whoa.
Yeah, I bet it was, man. Yeah.
And then since then, it's mainly been focusing on the bars because like you say, and like I'm anticipating, I think I'm not going to be able to predict, what it's like in that moment. It's all going to be totally new to me. And the way I see it, there are aspects I can prepare for and aspects that I can't prepare for. So that's in my control, like the material I come with, the delivery. I'm doing my best to make sure that's tip top, and just hoping, having confidence that I'll rise to the occasion for the things that I can't prepare for.
Someone says, when is this battle? This battle's the 14th of August, bro. Mark Ian Broadhurst, 14th of August in London. So it's 3 weeks tomorrow, right? I think it's 3 weeks. So it's like, we're at a stage now where it's like those 3 weeks will fly by. They will absolutely fly by. And
trust me.
The time will slip away of the time where you can mentally prepare, and before you know it, it's going to be the night before. I'm not trying to put the fear of God in you, but it's just true. Like, before you know it, will be the night of the battle, and you're like, oh shit.
Happened to me, bro. It's true. Like when I got back on Saturday, and even in the Tidal battle, like I said, I rewrote just like a 2-bar on the coach or something, and just it's a stupid idea. But I think because you think, it's a month away, it's three weeks away, it's fine. You're like doing your shit. I don't know if you do music as well, Elliot. So you're like at home getting on with what you're doing and seeing your mates and getting pissed because it's summer. And then all of a sudden it's in 7 days and you're like, fuck, that's not a lot of time. 100%. So you need to get it locked early, man. And practice every day. That's the thing, I think.
Yeah.
Don't get it locked and then get comfortable and be like, that's a breeze.
Yeah. Scotty Nicholas, will there be paper? Yeah, there will, bro. Oh, shout out everyone watching from America or anywhere that's not UK. Yeah, there will be. It's not going to be live, because the venue, as far as I know, doesn't have that capacity. It's a very old venue. We're talking like a punk fucking pub from the 70s. But there will be a pay-per-view, 100%. I could put that on record now. It'll probably be the event's on Saturday. Realistically, the pay-per-view will probably be out by the Monday or something, and it'll be the same as always. It'll be on Vimeo. You'll be able to rent it for, I think, 30 days. It'll be really reasonably priced as well. We're not trying to price anybody out. It's not even really about the money. It's about just getting it out there and wanting people to see it. And obviously, it'd be great to, as always with the pay-per-views, just recoup some of the event costs and whatever. But it's never been about with them making like, oh, we want to make fucking loads and loads. It's about the ticket will be for the pay-per-view as cheap as we can justify making it. And yeah, definitely within, I'd say absolute maximum 72 hours of the event, but that would be the longer end of it. It will be out, and yeah, there'll be same thing for anybody watching. Got a ticket. There'll be a discount code, as there always is. Yeah, there'll be a discount code for anybody that attends the event. It'll be valid only for about 24 hours or something. If you cop within the first 24 hours, I'm not sure what the discount will be. We haven't worked it out yet, but there will definitely be a discount for ticket holders. You can hold me to that as well. But yeah, I appreciate everybody logging in, man. It's gonna be an exciting one. I mean, this is like. I almost I almost kind of wish you hadn't crashed on Don't Flop before now. Do you know what I mean?
It's kind of like a tryout still, man. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Do you in your head? Do you see this as like still kind of your tryout?
Yeah, because it's like the first, I don't know, proper event, I guess, because that isn't on beat and isn't just in a park. So it's like, or just in a fucking courtyard in Birmingham. Like as good as it was to come and do those events. This is in Fiddler's Elbow. It's like a classic Don't Flop event. It's going to be it's going to be full, and it feels like a proper card as well. So being on that card feels like this is the fucking proving ground now. Yeah,
it is for sure. As far as I'm concerned, most people in the venue won't have seen your other clashes. So it's like, as far as they're concerned, it is a tryout. And I'm trying to, like I said, I'm trying to, in my head, see it as a tryout because I'm excited. I'm excited for. You know, I've been speaking to you for a while now about rap, and I'm excited to see, like, all right, is this going to be like the Formi I've been trying to pull out of you? Do you know what I mean? Where like all the bars are on point, the performance on point, whatever. And with Reeverse, it's like it's crazy to have a blank slate. I think that's where the pressure comes for you, bro. Because like I said, the blank slate can go either way. You can forever be that guy that makes me and Shuffle's relationship weakened. Forever, you might be that guy when he asks you.
No responsibility for that. I'll take no responsibility.
Do you know what I mean? When Shuffle can't afford the money on his oyster and he says, "Can I lend him £2?" It might be in like 5 years' time. I might still be like, "Do you know what? Actually, no, because you brought Reeverse to nil and he fucking flopped, bro." So, or you might come and absolutely shut it down, and it might be like, Jesus Christ, that was the best tryout we've had in a minute. But and you got to come in on that day feeling that. You got to come in on that day. Feeling like there's absolutely no doubt you're about to have the best, both of you.
Yeah.
Come in feeling like you're about to have the best tryout we've ever had. And do you know what I mean? It's not about that's realistic, that's unreal. It's about self-belief and being like, I'm gonna shut it down. Do you know what I mean? So Reeverse, to completely change its topics or slightly, I guess. What do your other people in your life, you know, friends, family, colleagues, girlfriend, whatever, what do they, if you've let them know, maybe you've hid it from them, if you've let them know, what do they feel about you suddenly joining the world of battle rap?
It's a good question.
To be honest,
don't sound so surprised. It's a good question, man. I can think of shit off the top of my head, bro. Fuck's sake, have more faith, man.
Back on, bro.
Yeah. So what? Yeah, for real. What do they feel like if you've let them know?
Well, it's pretty foreign to a lot of people. You know, they're not battle rap fans. I don't have many friends who are battle rap fans. Some of my friends have become battle rap fans since I told them. You know, they've been watching it because they come to the event. You know,
nice.
Understand it.
So do you have people coming to watch you?
Yeah, I got a couple. Yeah.
Ooh. So is that a different kind of pressure?
You know what? Part of me was thinking, you know, would I prefer not to have them there? You know,
yeah. You wouldn't be the first, mate. Trust me, you wouldn't be the first to tell all his friends to fuck off.
Crowd in terms of nerve. Yeah. Part of me was thinking. But then, like you say, coming with confidence, I just thought if this is going to be, you know, a good moment, a big moment, a debut win, then why not share that with people?
And so, yeah, so the ones that aren't coming, but you've just told about it, what's their reaction been like? Has it been kind of like, wow, like, yeah, I've always thought you should do that? Or has it been like, battle rap, what the fuck are you playing at? Which one has it been?
It's kind of neither of those. It's almost like battle rap, what's that?
Yeah, fair enough.
I mean, I don't really have an interesting story to answer this question, I'm afraid. It's just it's pretty foreign to most of them. But those of them who are coming, you know, they're being supportive, obviously. I haven't had anyone not be supportive at all.
Yeah. And obviously, if you do well, suddenly everyone will come out of the woodwork saying they always believed in you. That's what. Once you know how it is. Once you post it on Facebook or whatever, suddenly everyone will have always thought you should have done.
And friend requests from people you went to school with.
Exactly. Yeah, 100%. Friend requests, little messages in the message requests folder. Like, so what about people? I mean, because you know, Formi, you know, obviously you roll with Pablo. He's done a couple battles as well. But what about the other MCs that you know that aren't into battle rap? Are they supportive of you doing it? Not supportive, or is it a mix?
Yeah, man. Yeah, they're supportive. Like a few of them aren't really into battle rap, but a lot of them are. And it's more people that don't really spit themselves that have been Don't Flop fans for a while.
Right.
And they're gassed to see it. Like a couple of my close friends have been watching Don't Flop for like years. And obviously it's all, a lot of them are just a standard, like, oh yeah, Shotty Horror's amazing, Lunacy's amazing, you should try and do shit like that. But it's still support regardless. And
I know what you mean. Yeah, they're not like okay. They're not super fans, but they're
not in the culture. They're not really in the fucking forums or anything like that.
But that's good though. That's good though. You need people like that. You need people like that to be able to bounce bars off, who just tell you straight up, that's good, that sounds funny. Not, oh well, someone said something similar 4 years. You need people you can just be like, do you think this is a good verse or not? Yes or no? Like,
but you got to remember, like, the not half, fucking the majority of people watching it aren't fucking battle rappers and aren't rappers. So
yeah, for sure,
it's about that entertainment for the general public, really.
Canal says, question for both the lads, don't lie. When was the last time you laughed out loud at a racist joke?
Tell him to post one and I'll see if it makes me laugh.
That's the best answer. Canal, please don't post a racist joke. You're about to.
Will as well.
You're about to have.
It'll be about you as well. That's
please don't, bro. You're about to have your biggest battle of your career, man. Just DM them both a racist joke if you absolutely has to. Please don't. You're about to have. But yeah, so before we wrap it up, we'll go into the rest of the card. Like I've done with the other people.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll start with Shuffle and Canal. If Canal actually is still allowed in a venue on the day because he hasn't been cancelled for telling racist jokes.
Yeah.
What do we feel about Shuffle versus Canal? Give me some opinions on that.
I think Shuffle, but I think it's going to be closer than people are assuming, man. Because I've heard a lot of people just be like, "Oh, Shuffle's going to take it. Shuffle." But Canal's a fucking beast, man. Like, I've always rated Canal, and like, it's gonna be a close battle, I think, man. I think Shuff might swing it just because he's got that character about him, and I think Canal's still got a tiny bit of developing to do. Not in a harsh way, just...
Do you not feel like Canal might have done that development for this performance, though?
But that's what I'm thinking, like, because I think, is it Pam and Crow? I think Crow mentioned it on the stream last night, saying that every clash he's got better and better and better and better. So that's why I'm thinking it's going to be so close, because I think it is going to be fucking, like, top form Canal and something we haven't even seen before.
Okay. And Reeverse, I mean, I feel like I know who you have to say, but what's your opinions on the clash?
Well, you know, like, obviously they're very different in terms of their approaches, but they're both good spitters in that they have that trait of catching you off guard, like unpredictable angles or just punchlines you don't see coming, and those kind of things they're the bars that like create the moments, if you know what I mean, in a battle, like the spontaneous reaction, and given that, you know, like, anything could happen. Obviously, you know, I'm a fan of Shuffle. You know, I've got faith in Shuffle. I know he's gonna pull through, but you know, Canal's a good battler. Ultimately, I don't have a prediction. I'm just, you know,
I think one thing,
my system, and I would enjoy all the battles. You know?
Yeah, exactly. You're lucky. You're going, as much as going first is shit in some ways. The fact you're going first means you just get out of the way and then you just get on the wave and have a great fucking day. But one thing Canal definitely has on Shuffle is Canelo maybe is a bit more comfortable with freestyling. One of my favorite Canelo bars ever, if not possibly my favorite Canelo bar, is when he battled Impact, and Impact said he was a cultural appropriator. I can't even speak today. And then Canelo flipped it and said like, "Oh, you said I'm a cultural appropriator because I'm Northern. Well, you got dreadlocks and you're from St. Albans." Do you know what I mean? Like, that's one of my favorite. That you see in the clash, I crease up laughing when he says that.
100%.
So it's like, don't get me wrong. Shuffle's done little bits here and there, but I would say that's one thing Canelo has, that he's a little bit more from that era where you listen to what your opponent says. Well, maybe Shuff's a little bit more like, I just let you spit your shit, then I come back and I spit mine. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But obviously, Shuffle has a load, as you said, Reeverse. Like he's got crazy performance and this and that. So
that battle's going to be fucking hilarious.
It's going to be crazy. We knew as well. I think it's a battle people have warmed to, which I'm happy about, because we knew when we dropped it. We're not idiots. We knew when we dropped it, some people would be like, "Oh, what? Next in line? That's the headline." But it's like when you really soak that battle in and think about what it's going to be like live, that's a solid headline battle.
Yeah.
It seems obvious to me, man. Like, they're both very like comedy based.
Now the kind of promo run is in the swing of things and whatever. You're seeing a lot more people just pass opinions on it instead of just saying, "Oh, well, I don't really like that battle." Most people now are saying, "Oh, actually, I think he'll win. I think he might win. I think he
yeah."
So I'm excited. Shouts out to Kern and Shuffle. I'm gassed. I honestly, I really, really honestly mean this hand on heart. I couldn't pick a winner. Because I agree Shuffle is the more obvious pick. But it's going to be 5 absolutely non-biased judges, and if Canelo beats him, Canelo will get the win. It's as simple as that. It's whoever's better.
Canelo going into this knowing that himself as well,
of course he is.
100%. Fucking on top form.
Canelo knows what's up, man. You know, I mean, he knows. Shuff knows as well. Like Shuff said the other day, he's just in a phase where he just absolutely loves battle rap. So he's coming to win. He will want to battle craft. He might not be as vocal as Canelo about it, but Shuff will want to battle craft just as much as Canelo does, because he'll want to win. They want to win the title. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, moving down the card just quickly. We got Georgie Roots and Quill. We got any opinions on Georgie Roots and Quill?
Oh, this is probably going to be my favorite battle on the card, the one I'm looking forward to the most. I think it will be interesting to see how Georgie rather deals with the pressure of like probably his biggest opponent to date, his most seasoned opponent. And to be honest, like that's one that could go either way, because they're both like very captivating performers.
Definitely, bro. They both love rapping. They love rapping.
Rapping clash, that is going to be bars on bars on bars.
Yeah. So if you do either of you have had to pick a winner, would you? If you had to pick one,
if he's on top form.
Say that again, bro. Quill.
Yeah, if he's on top form, which I think he did. It's again going back to the stream last night, because he's had a couple of opponents that pulled out. He's going to want that fucking win.
Equally, I mean, Georgie's got to be hungry. Coming up against a challenge at big. I think from a spectator's point of view, it's probably going to be one of those battles that ultimately comes down to preference, in that, like, Georgie's probably a bit more technical in terms of like structure and essentially rhymes. And if you're one of those people who sort of really focuses on that, you'll probably give Georgie the win no matter what. Equally, like Quill just pulls punchlines out of a hat, doesn't he?
One thing I'll say about Quill is he's very good at picking a fucking solid couple of angles and just nailing it with punchlines for a while.
And
then going back to Georgie, he just stood his own like really comfortably against Bobby, and that was fucking baffling to me. That was really, really intense.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so moving on. Formi, you were actually there for Allwyn's last battle, weren't you? When he won the best newcomer, and it sucks. Like I said, I've got so much footage to get from. I still haven't even got that out for the people to see, but that will be out before the event. So you've obviously Lefty. You've seen Lefty's battles, whatever. Reeverse, have you seen Allwyn's one battle online or not?
I haven't. No.
Okay, all right. So I'll just speak with Formi about this. So Formi, you were there for Allwyn's last performance when he won the thing. Yeah. What do you think about him versus Lefty?
I'm not gonna lie. I saw Lefty on that Saturday. I went down last week, I went down to Lincoln in Camden. He showed me a couple of bars he's got, and I think he's going to be like top form, classic lefty, man.
Lefty,
yeah, like he's got.
That's great to hear, man. That's great to hear.
But then Orwin is a beast, man. I'm not going to discredit him at all because
he won. You know, he won that. He won that best newcomer battle fair and square, bro.
But it's two different styles completely, man. Like Orwin is funny, but Lefty's so calm and collected. I think he might swing that one for sure.
Yeah, I think that's a tough one because it is, again, it follows the next. They all kind of follow the next in line theme, really. Like obviously, Quill and Georgie, people could say when we're talking about writing, you can say that Georgie is a newer version of Quill. And you could definitely with Lefty and Orwin. Lefty's had great performance in the Fiddler's Elbow. Like him versus Orcs was his tryout is fucking hilarious. Him versus Double L, absolutely hilarious. Like, and obviously Lefty and Big J versus Villain and Carlos. One of the most quoted Don't Flop battles ever, and that was literally just a thing we set up five days or something before the event, and look at how legendary that 2-on-2 is.
Well, and he's on full home turf there as well. That's the thing.
And Lefty's on home turf, and also, bro, if it's as simple with Lefty as if he's bothered, he's nearly unbeatable because what you said, if he can master the being bothered but not seeming like he's bothered, that's a hard approach to fucking take on, man.
Yeah, I think he will, man. He seems like he's got his head in it for sure from what I've seen.
So definitely. So you would say that you think Orwin's going to come hard, but you reckon Lefty would take it?
Yeah.
Okay. And Reeverse, I assume just about Lefty. I assume you've seen Lefty battles before?
Yeah, man, I love Lefty. So sort of like you say, that kind of laid back approach. It's so hard to face someone like that because you can't beat him at that. So you can't take that laid back approach because he'll out relax you. Equally, if you come sort of over prepared, it just sort of amplifies the angle that he's taken. So he's a real tough guy to beat, and
it's tough. It's very tough because you can write super meticulous 16 bars of multis, and if Lefty has that one bar that diffuses it, it's over.
That's it, and it might not even be a bar. It's just the little things he says like before, or just little references he makes, like little ad libs. That totally add to his charisma.
He's just in his element, man, and like I think the harder you go against Lefty, the calmer he is, and the harder you go against him, he makes
the reason I matched them
trying so hard.
Yeah.
I know what you mean about like Orwin will naturally, with the way that he raps, he will just seem like he's trying harder, which he probably will. This battle means more to him than Lefty. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. But I think the reason we matched him is because you're right. Orwin is more technical than Lefty, but he's funny. Like when he in his one battle that is online, he has in his one battle that's online, he has a couple bars that are just so quotable. And I can't remember too many from the one that you were there for, his title thing. But he just had some bangers. Like he knows how to write. Like Orwin, he has my respect, man. Like he knows how to write. And he's on his fourth battle now as well. And this will easily be his best material he's got so far. I said, but it's against fucking Lefty, bro. Do you know what I mean? So I'm. It's good to hear you say that you heard some Lefty shit already. Like I'll probably see him next week, and I'm gonna
not a lot, but he showed me a couple of bits, man, and he's gonna fucking.
I just want that old Lefty.
Some of the shit he says, bro. Trust me.
That's what I want, bro. I want that old school 2-on-2 Big J Lefty where he's just being himself, killing the crowd, got him hanging off every word. Do you know what I mean? And like you said, home turf, like Camden's basically his home right now, so it's like he's at home. He's got no excuse but to fucking kill it, man. Sorry, shout out J Bin.
I was just laughing at that.
Amazing. Formi's bedroom looks like a Zoopla single.
It is, bro.
So you're in Bristol. You outside of Bristol or in Bristol?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just on the outskirts. It's still technically Bristol, but it's not.
So is your room 350 a month, or is it? It must be more than 350.
It's more than that.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. And Reeverse, you're in London, right? You're in London? Essex. Okay, fair. You ain't got an Essex swag, bro.
I think that was a compliment.
Yeah.
You should turn up to the event just with like two blonde girls, bro. It's like classic 2002 Essex girls, bro. That is
big fan, all of it.
We're talking about you're a blank slate. It should be like a wrestling gimmick, bro. Like, you should just be the Essex boy.
No chance.
But yeah, shout out definitely. Formi's definitely 25 in his student halls, man. For real.
Yeah, man. My student calls that I never went to uni.
So we'll take you got to have rebuttals better than that in the clash, bro, because them ones don't go off. We spoke about this with Shuff and Cano when people have them rebuttals that are not even creative. You're just telling somebody they're wrong. It's the worst kind of rebuttals.
I didn't realize I was supposed to
give you some advice now,
bro.
Reeverse says something to you in the clash that isn't true. If you're gonna flip it, don't flip it and go, you said I'm not from Bristol. Well, that's where I actually live. Don't do it because it will fall flat and it doesn't get any reaction.
Guess what? This round you are.
Exactly. But so going down the rest, Matter versus Lazy. Do we have any opinions on Matter versus Lazy?
Oh, it's a tough one, you know, I think. Because I've not seen anything from Lazy in a while. I don't know if I'm just out of the fucking loop.
Yeah,
but
he hasn't had too much up, to be fair. He hasn't had too much up.
But Matter's the fucking killer, man. Like, but I'm never going to deny that. I think Matter's got that, but it depends how Lazy's progressed in the time we've not seen him.
Mm-hmm. You've seen both of them, Reeverse?
Yeah. I mean, Matt is one of my favorites, like of all time. Just his consistency. You were talking about, you know, you got to have 3-4 good battles on the bounce, sort of, to get recognition. Matt has got 10, 20.
Oh
30
yeah, 100%.
So battles.
Definitely.
He just seems to you know, do it at will. I think what will swing it is how much he cares about it, you know, because often he takes that laid back approach, and it's not necessarily always the right approach for in my opinion at least. So if Matter wants to win, you know, no disrespect to Lazy, but I think Matter takes it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then Pamphlet versus Crow. Have either of you seen Crow's one battle online or no?
Yeah.
Is that the one with Max Sherry?
No.
That was Think Twice, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, no, sorry. You're right. Yeah, no, I forgot that's online. Yeah. Okay, so you have seen that. Yeah, I was talking about he's got one in-person battle. So okay, so going off the little bits that Crow has and obviously the years of what Pamphlet has in Crow, what do you feel about that one?
It's a weird styles clash, man. Really weird one.
Yeah.
To be honest, I got no clue what to expect. I mean, Crow's exciting. Crow's really exciting with from what I understand, he's someone who's sort of been involved in battle rap for a while, but only had his first battles recently. And he sort of comes with more tact to him than most newcomers do. But obviously, no one's more veteran than Pamphlet. So.
Talking about the multis, talking about putting multis together to get reactions from the crowd, he might be top 5 to ever do it.
Crow's so fucking sick as well there.
And Crow's sick. Crow's not got as much to go on, but trust me, I've got full faith in him. Don't get me wrong. But I'm just saying, Pamphlet is that style of putting the rhymes together and not saying ones just because they rhyme, saying them the crowd will react to them. He's one of the originators of that style. And he was just saying to us yesterday, he's never battled in the Fiddler's Elbow. It's his first ever clash there. So he's
am I right in thinking that he wanted the battle with Crow?
Yeah, bro, he did. He for some reason, God knows why no disrespect to Crow, that's my guy. I'm just saying I genuinely don't know why. He messaged me and said, I watched that guy Crow's battle one day. He specifically one day, if you want, I'll give him a shot. And I was like, bruv, if we're talking about giving shots, come do it next time.
Well, in that case, it's not like they've been pulled together randomly and he's going to underestimate him.
He's definitely not going to underestimate him. No way. So what, do you have any favourite Pamphlet battles that you can remember, either of you? Like performances that you thought were sick?
All of them, bro. He's fucking smashed them all. Like, that's whether he won or not. Yeah, trust me. And he's such a character as well. Like, he's just got that fucking bravado about him. And he doesn't, it's just almost the same thing with Lefty, where he doesn't need to be in someone's face or like screaming over their shoulder or just like relentlessly delivering shit. He can be a bit like loose and sloppy and shit and still just like control the crowd completely.
So Reeverse, you watched the Crow and Max Sherry one. Do you remember anything from that clash?
I remember being impressed by Crow, also by Max Sherry, in fairness, you know, considering how he started in the scene compared to the sort of stuff he's producing now. Like he's someone who's come a long way.
Yeah.
Crow caught me off guard, man. I wasn't expecting him to come as hard as he did.
Crow had one sick bar. He had a really sick bar in that clash. I told him straight after how good it was. He says, I'm gonna knock Sherry back like it's the last booze in the house. Like such a simple bar. Such a almost and I mean this is in a good way, such an almost obvious bar.
Yeah.
But the way he delivers it, even as a video battle, he spat it like he was spitting it live. He unfortunately didn't win that battle because, like I said, Max Sherry did do really well and he took the win. But he really showed that he can do that creative writing.
Yeah,
so finally, I think this is the only one we haven't discussed. Have either of you seen Sean Cray's one battle with Tidal or not?
Yeah.
You have Formi, but you haven't Reeverse.
No.
All right, cool. So Tidal, you've seen Sean's one battle. Obviously, everybody's seen at least 2 or 3 Danny Jack battles. What do you think, having seen both of them? And obviously, you've met both of them as well. So what do you think?
Yeah, that it really honestly just depends on how confident Sean's feeling on the day. Because I imagine just having one battle, he's gonna have to psych himself up a lot, and how prepped Danny is on the day. I think that's what's gonna run it. But I feel like because it's nil, it's a code red code event as well. He's going to want to show out, and then because it's Sean Cray and it's only a second battle and it's against Danny, I think he's going to want to fucking prove himself as well.
Yeah, it's a big shot. It's a big shot. I'm not. Yeah. He's not going to come in the battle showing Danny Jack respect like it is a big shot. Just like I said, you two shouldn't show each other respect in the clash, but it is a shot. Like I said, whether you rate Danny Jack or you don't rate Danny Jack, everybody has seen a few of his battles. That's just a fact. So, yeah.
But then, I'm assuming Danny knows Sean quite well, obviously.
Yeah. That's why we set it up exactly for that reason.
So it was more of like have a lot to say about each other.
It was more of like an egotistical bragging rights thing. You know what I mean? It was like, oh, we're cool with each other. Let's clash. Let's really see who can do it better. You know what I mean? So I'm really looking forward to seeing what they both say because they know each other. It's going to be the kind of battle where it's not going to be personals in that kind of like, oh, Jefferson Price caustic way. No. I think it's going to be personals in funny the shit. Old school funny way of like when you were last at an event, you know, you were fucking whatever with a dog, you know, Shay talking to Calcium Kid, that shit. That's what I think it's going to be. That's my opinion, that it's going to be personals, but with a real like light edge to it. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So Reeverse, I assume you have seen Danny Jack battles at some point.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. What ones of his have you seen that you remember? Any performances of his that you liked?
I saw his battle with O'Shea.
Yeah, okay.
And I enjoyed that. That was like a really good vibe in that room, as it often is when O'Shea's performing, and Danny Jack, in fairness. To be honest, like I think Danny's a better writer than people give him credit for, maybe.
Yeah.
And certainly you can tell that because I saw him on Watch, you know, with like Ilmac and Avocado. And he was reacting to bars and like gave good insight on them. So he's definitely like someone who has good knowledge of the scene naturally. And I think it's just about how much confidence he comes with, in my opinion.
Danny's got bars, man.
Well, I think I've always said this to Danny. Danny's issue is just the memorization of the performance. Yeah. He hasn't always got the performance down, but we always talk about some of his from the training days when we used to, you know, do those free events in Fiddler's Elbow with, you know, drop the flyer a week before, it'd be fucking a crowd lying out the door. That it was such a good vibe. Like he turned up to those events. And he shut those down. Like, and basically, you can hate and you can say he's had a lot of whack battles. His last one that we just released in Don't Flop a few weeks ago wasn't very good. Fair play, whatever. But he's had some performances that were solid, that were really solid. And back in the training days, he had some of, if not the best performances back in those days.
Yeah.
But he just hasn't quite carried on that momentum. Do you know what I mean? So for him, it's not a shot for Danny. Like, it's not a shot for Danny battling someone who's had one clash, but it's like, it's almost a chance for him to like prove
for sure
that he's still got it. Do you know what I mean? Formi, you look like you're about to spontaneously come up. You're right, bro.
It's the fucking comment on the side from J Bin, mate. I can't do it.
Oh, hold on. Let me. Sorry, I'm trying. It's hard. I hate juggling, dude. Bust on Danny Jack's girl's face and he'd compliment you.
Frio.
I thought you were laughing at what I was saying. I'm being serious, bro.
Sorry, I'm trying so hard to keep composure.
My God. Yeah, I said, you lot get it easy because you get to just. I got a fucking. I know it's like firstworldproblems.com, but I'm like trying to like juggle like all these different things at once. But like,
sorry, man.
Now, going back to what I was saying, I think it is kind of like a rebirth kind of thing for Danny Jack in a way. Like for Sean, for Sean, it's only his second battle. He's not got really that much to prove. Like, he's just coming to be like, I'm actually better than just a one battle wonder. Because he did get a lot of love on his first battle, to be fair.
Yeah, it was good.
He did his thing. But then obviously Danny, for him, like I said, he hasn't really been able to get that momentum he had. We're talking about, you know what I mean, 2015, 16. Like, it's been a while since then. Do you know what I mean? Like, Reeverse, you were doing your fucking GCSEs back then, mate. Do you know what I mean? So it's like we were fucking out here in Southampton rapping to 35 people on the street. Like, but so I'm excited. Obviously, they're both my guys. I'm really excited for that battle. I know a lot of people come in, it's more like lower down the flyer. They might not be bothered. Me personally, I'm really looking forward to seeing what they say to each other, and I'm really crossing my fingers for some like I said, the light-hearted person. I don't want to see anyone's life get ruined, but I want to see some real talk from both. Like, I've been in enough places with both of them at the same time to know they must have seen some shit with each other. Do you know what I mean? I'm hoping anyway.
That, though, is what I was going to say is you need to, if you're going to do like inside joke shit, it gets talked about a lot, like really behind the scenes stuff that the people in the scene will react to, but you need to structure it well. Otherwise, the crowd's going to be like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
You just made that up, or is it actually something funny? That's like with the dog thing, with the host talking about the dog. He made it very, very clear, like, this really actually happened. And also what made it clear is the fact Calcium Kid's reactions are like, oh, shit. Like, so it's like, and that's what I think might happen with Danny and Sean Cray, that I think there might be things they'll bring up that the question of whether it's authentic or not will probably be answered by the other one's face. I mean? When if, like, say, not that anything bad happened when we were in Brumford for your clash for me, but for example, say something happened in Brum when we were there for that clash. I want it to be that one of them says, well, we were in Brum, and before he even says the punchline, I want to see them pissing themselves laughing.
I know what it'll be as well.
Then the audience will know, like, all right, this is actually something that really happened, blah, blah, blah. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, we go through the colour. So yeah, before we wrap it up, let's just get some last minute thoughts from both of you. It's been really good to talk to you both. It's been good to hear a bit more about you, Reeverse, man. For me, it's good to hear you seem fucking re-energized off this getting bodied at Alexandra Palace. But yes, let's get some final thoughts. Like, on the clash in general, do you feel after having this conversation, do you feel any different about it, or do you just feel ready to go? Like, how are you going to feel in 3 weeks' time? Just let me know, man.
Me.
Either of you, bro. Whatever.
You go first, bro.
Yeah, man. You should win this. You got all the advantages, man. You've had battles before. You're an actual rapper. You've had losses to learn from. You've had wins to take from. You know, the ball's in your court, man. This is more of an opportunity for you than it is for me. You're facing, somebody with no credentials. This should be a body.
Yeah, but you need.
But you got a smile on your face that says you don't think it's gonna be a body.
Yeah, no. It's a bluffing, man.
Hey, read what you want, man. I'm just happy to be here.
Definitely. So what do you feel about what you just said then, bro?
I think he's not giving himself enough credit, bro. I think he knows what he's fucking doing. And he's just trying to bait me out and make me too comfortable. But there's going to be a good clash, man. I know for sure. Like, I'm feeling fucking confident in, like, the fact that I'm going to work hard and prep and memorize everything. And I'm confident that he's going to give me a good clash. So I think it's just going to be, all in all, fucking good, entertaining battle.
Sick, man. All right, well, we'll leave it there, man. Everyone watching, we're going to be back on Sunday night. Shout out to everybody logging in again. We'll be back on Sunday at 8 for what's it going to be? Allwin and Lefty face off, and Frankie and Frost face off on a Sunday at 8 p.m. But shouts to everybody that's giving your questions and that. Shouts for there's been a lot of funny comments again tonight. Shouts out to Formi landlord for giving him a great deal.
The Zoopla.
Yeah, definitely. But no, for sure, man, it's going to be great. Unfortunately, there's no tickets left for the event. We've sold out. It's going to be 150 in there. It's going to be fucking crammed. It's going to be a serious crowd. Our last crowd that was over 150 was 18 months ago. So yeah, we've got a few more face-offs coming. We've also got a Danny Jack and Sean Cray one. We'll have Georgie Roots and Quill in a couple of weeks as well. So yeah, please, all of you, I recognize some of your names. You've been watching all of them. I really appreciate you always joining us every night. We'll see you on Friday, Sunday evening, sorry. Big up Reeverse, big up Formi. I wish you best of luck in the clash. And if you want to see the clashes, they're going to be on Don't Flop. If you can't make it to the event, like I said, it is sold out now. Please make sure you check all our social medias, any of the rappers, follow them all. As soon as the event is done, as soon as we can get a pay-per-view.
I've still got a guest list going, so if anyone wants to pay me £100, you can come with me.
Yeah, I've seen a couple battlers saying that. A couple of you battlers are rolling solo, so and you're putting personal income above friendship. So
yeah,
yeah, I got nothing against that, man. I don't care. Your guest list is yours. If you want to sell your guest list for a fucking $2,000 and turn up to the event in a fucking new chain and whatever, that's fine by me, bro.
Flex, bro.
All right, safe. All right,
yeah, big up you guys. Good to chat to you.
Peace to all of you. Shouts to all the fans locking in. We'll see you on the 14th.